Damn, this kid.
I can't drive right now. I'm stuck in my apartment.
So you make people drive to your apartment?
Yeah, man.
Boss. Hey, what up, guys? So today I got my special guest, Brian. If you guys don't know, he did his PGY1, PGY2, and guess what? He's board certified. When did you get board certified, man?
It's probably been 5 months now, in July-ish.
Yeah.
Or August, I don't remember.
So there's different specialties and stuff. Which one did you do?
Just the general one, the pharmacotherapy, so BCPS.
Yeah. What exactly does it mean if you're board certified and stuff? Like for the people that don't know.
It just gives you that additional certification. Just say that, hey, I know my clinical stuff, and it's more of a recognition. So when you can say yeah, I'm board certified, kind of thing like that.
So what I really want to talk today about Brian was how he strategized, why he even did it, and how his life has changed, if it's changed at all, after becoming board certified. So you talked about the general one, right? What other specialties are there?
There's a couple other ones. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head.
But is oncology, right? Oncology.
Yeah, they got the BCOP for the oncology folks. I know there's a nutritional one.
Yeah.
There is
cardio?
Not a cardio. So that's actually a good point. There's two of them that is actually they call it added qualifications.
Okay.
So you can see it's AQID for infectious disease or AQ. I don't know if it's CD or something for cardiology, but you basically do your BCPS and then you apply to get added qualifications for those two.
I gotcha. What made you want to get certified, or why did you even want to go down this route?
Yeah, two things on that, I guess. The first thing is that, one, you can add those initials to your name.
Dude, Brian, your name must be this long now, because you have so many freaking initials to your name now. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. You got to keep adding those initials. That's what it's about. But yeah, so it's cool. The certification allows you to just have that additional clinical knowledge, right? So I did it because in informatics, I feel as though it would give me more clout when I talk to people. When I'm working on projects or in presentations or in meetings, and we're all talking. A lot of times people think of you as the IT person or the tech person. You don't know anything about the clinical side of things.
Yeah.
So it just adds to that credibility that you have when you speak. So that's one reason. And then the second reason is kind of relates to the first one, where if we lose the clinical knowledge that we have as pharmacists, especially as informatics pharmacists, we become just IT folk and we just know the IT stuff, and then that's not good. So I wanted to, there's a fine balance between knowing your clinical stuff and then knowing the technical stuff. So BCPS was for me to just kind of, refresh and maintain that level of clinical knowledge.
Yeah, I think what you said just now actually makes a lot of sense, or is really important to emphasize. If you lose your clinical part, you're just an IT guy at the end of the day. Do you ever look at people who are informatic pharmacists or whatever 10 years down the line, and do you see them forget their clinical knowledge?
Yeah. I think it's kind of crazy too, because a lot of the informatics folks I've worked with in the past, 10 years down the road, 15 down the road, years down the road, you just forget. I mean, there's no way you can know it in and out after not having practice. So that scared me when people don't know their stuff. So really important to keep and maintain your clinical knowledge as an informatics person.
I guess this is a kind of a side note, but how do you plan to continue, because pharmacy is always changing, how do you plan on continuing that knowledge, Other than doing CEs online and shit?
Yeah, that's a tough question. And it's funny because it's actually a question we ask all our informatics residents all the time. Because people who go into informatics, you forget. So the question is, how do you maintain your clinical knowledge? For me, I do it a couple ways. So if you're a member of ASHP, you can subscribe to something called the daily briefing. It's just an email once a day, gives you a high level update of what's going on in the pharmacy world, new drugs, new policies, new regulations, new controversies in pharmacy. So it talks about a lot of current politics. It's really cool. So that's one way. And then another thing is like, because I love infectious disease, I always go out and watch like CEs, or like I read journal articles and things like that.
Yeah, that was your baby back during residency and stuff, right? Or actually where you work right now, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of my baby.
Gotcha. Okay, so we understand a little bit about why you wanted to become board certified, right? I guess what was your strategy behind this? Because as we were talking, I thought it was so funny because you're saying, man, I did it in the worst way possible. I didn't spend any time, but you passed. So I think, like, from my point of view, you didn't spend all your time wasting it away on studying. You focused on the most effective things. So I guess I wanted to show the people that are watching this, like, how did you study for this wicked hard exam? And do you know the pass rate of this exam too?
It's usually about 60%.
Yeah, so it's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So like for strategy wise, I think it's crazy because from talking to my co-residents and like others who've studied for it, so there's a couple things I've learned before I took it. So the first thing is, like, when I talk to my colleagues who are in residency and they're the ones taking it, they usually study about 2 months to 3 months.
Whoa.
I'm like, all right, that's not too bad. And it's not like hardcore 8 hours a day. It's usually they go on rotations, they get back home, they spend like 2 to 3 hours studying, and then they do that for 2 to 3 months. Okay. And then of course, like the last couple of days before, they just cram.
Yeah.
But 2 to 3 months is the basic. And then people who don't do residency, from what I've heard, they typically do like a year-round studying session where they like meet up with other pharmacists who are about to take it every day to review a chapter after work. So those are the two things I usually do. So I tried to do that. I tried to do like 2 months, but I just got way too busy and ended up with like, I think only a couple days left to study. So the material is 60% like clinical stuff. And because I had 2 years of residency experience, I was just kind of like, let me just use my residency experience to cover that piece and then study the black and white things.
Yeah.
So they were like statistics, you know. It's either you know it or you don't. They're not going to ask you like the theory of statistics or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I focused on things like that. So statistics is huge. It's, I don't remember, it was like 15-20% of the test. And then they got like regulatory agencies and things on a lot of healthcare laws and regulations. So those are, you know, black and white questions. And that in total counts for like 40% of the test. So that was my strategy. I spent the last week studying for those pieces.
Wait, the last week? So how much time in total did you spend studying then?
Total time was probably about 24 hours over that week.
Holy shit. Okay. Gotcha. Did you use any particular study guides, or did you I'm pretty sure you went on the website and saw like the percentages of what's on the exam as well, right?
The BCPS website breaks it down into like the different areas that they test on, and they give you all the different topics and things like that. For material, there was like this new program that came out when I was in residency. It's kind of like a course. They call it a certification, resident reward and recertification course. And it's like 16 hours of CEs, and then they review what they think would be on the test. So I used that basically. So that was about 16 hours. And then I just like read and studied different chapters in the ACCP guide. That's the most common thing, actually. Most people use the ACCP study materials. It's like a huge 1,000-page book on all the BCPS topics.
You passed your exam. Obviously, you must have felt like great after, right? So you probably celebrated. I know you're a huge Overwatch person, so you probably played hours of Overwatch. But I guess like after doing all that sort of stuff, like I guess what sort of benefits did you hear about being board certified before, and then how did it really play out?
Yeah. So the first main benefits I heard about before is just that you're supposed to get a pay raise, but I didn't get a pay raise. But I was like, dang. But I knew I was gonna get pay raise. You know, I a lot of organizations give you a raise if you have your BCPS. My organization it doesn't. But an expectation before is just, I don't know. I just always thought of people who have BCPS. It's just they look up to people who have BCPS, you know.
Yeah.
But after passing,
it's like people who wear Yeezys and how they look at Kanye. I got you.
Yeah, man, that's how it is. I don't know if much has changed. I think what's the main thing that's changed is every now and then I look at my initials, like when I send an email, so I was like, oh shit, I'm BCPS.
Dang.
But the reason why I say that is because like I don't think I should have passed the exam.
Really? Does it tell you your percentage like after you pass the exam?
Yeah, man, I was like on the line.
Yo, passing's passing, man.
It's just crazy because, you know, I feel like you're supposed to study a good amount of time. Like, yeah. I did it because I want to actually gain the knowledge.
Yeah.
But I ran out of time, so, you know.
Yeah. How would you compare to your, like, I guess, board exams and stuff like that? The intensity of studying.
You talking about the NAPLEX?
Yeah, like your NAPLEX and all law exams.
I studied way long for the NAPLEX and the different law exams. NAPLEX, I spent about a month and a half studying. I had like RX Prep, so that huge book.
Yeah.
And I read through the entire book, but the exam was easy, like really easy. Yeah, it was really easy. The BCPS, like in honesty, I felt as though if I studied for it, it probably wouldn't have helped. All the questions they asked in BCPS, which was so true what my co-resident said, is like based on experience. They don't ask you, what does it say to do when this patient's warfarin comes back with the INR of like greater than 7. It doesn't say anything like that. It asks you experience, like questions that test your experience. So I thought that it was kind of a challenge. So you not only have to know the guidelines, you have to know real life practical ways of addressing the issue. So I thought that was really, really cool.
I guess what's an example of a certain question that they would ask?
I'm blanking out on it right now. I don't remember. And then like there is like where did I get the practice test? There was a couple practice questions. I don't remember what the website was. Oh, the ASHP program I had, they actually do a practice test. No practice test, I feel, gives you a good idea of the questions. And like that day was such a blur, I don't remember anything.
Dang.
All I know though is that legit you had to have practiced to be able to pass that test.
You have to do residency to be able to sit on the exam, correct? Or have like a certain amount of time working, right?
They require a few years of practice experience first before you take it, or you can have a residency experience.
Did you have a lot of friends that took the exam as well?
Most of mine actually took it during residency. I didn't take it during residency. I was studying for my EPIC exams, so I have to get some certifications for the EPIC EMAR. You know what I'm talking about, right? EPIC?
Yeah, but...
Do you guys have it out there?
Like some of the hospitals around my area do have the EPIC. Like when after actually talking to you, I was looking at different jobs and stuff for informatic pharmacists. You were telling me all this stuff about EPIC. I was like, well, let me take a look around. I was like, oh man, there's a lot of different hospitals that use it right now.
EPIC's legit, man. But I was studying for the exam. They have like this rigorous training course where you have to like read about it, learn about it, do a project, and then actually take a test to get a certification. So I was studying for that instead of the BCPS during residency.
I guess those are all my questions about your exam and stuff. I'm so glad that you passed, man, because I remember when we were first talking, like you were still studying for it, and just to see you pass it, even though it's been months and months later, I'm just really happy to see you just like grow like this, you know, because honestly, of all the pharmacists I know, you're probably the most accomplished, like, education-wise, dude. It's like freaking crazy. My name is like this long. Your name is like that long. It's freaking crazy, dude. You got a BBC-sized name right now. But guys, if you guys got any more questions for Brian, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you want to follow his YouTube channel, because he actually has a YouTube channel now, I'll put it right along his face or something. Yeah.
Right here.
Right there. Also, do you want them to follow you anywhere else, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, well, they can just shoot me a message or anything on my YouTube. I have links to all my social media accounts on the YouTube channel.
So yeah, just follow him on YouTube. Feel free to ask him any questions. In the future, we'll be doing another video about informatics pharmacy, Brian's baby.
Yeah, man. Twins.
Twins. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Once you finish, you can pay off your loans in like 2-3 years, no problem. You can save a bunch of money, buy my nice clothes, nice shoes, nice purses. Well, when you get out and you actually do get a job, I mean, yes, you're very excited,